Here are the note cards. Here's the audience.
And here we go.
All right, well, first of all, thank y'all for coming today. We're going to have a presentation on GMOs. How would you react to discovering that some of your delicious fresh produce was created in a lab rather than by Mother Nature herself? We thoroughly researched the topic of GMOs so that y'all can form an opinion on them without doing the legwork. Today, we will explain what a GMO is, how they are used, and answer a couple myths about them as well. The term GMO is an acronym that stands for Genetically Modified Organism. A genetically modified organism is a living organism that has been genetically reconstructed. According to a 2017 article titled, "What is a GMO?" from yourgm.org, GMOs are characteristically changed through the modification of their DNA. The same article also mentions that GMOs are organisms that have had their genomes changed in a way that the human intervention is required to create them. Although modern GMs first became popular in the 1990s, people have been genetically modifying and selecting breeding for hundreds of years. In a 2015 article written for Harvard University, Gabriel Rangel explains that the earliest advances of artificial selection of plants dates back to 7800 BC. Rangel also writes that the birth of modern GMOs happened in 1993 when two scientists they invented a method of cutting and pasting genes from one organism to another. These genetically modified organisms are popularly used in both agriculture and in the medical industry. When we hear people talk about GMOs, we usually think of genetically modified organisms in the grocery store. But a lot of times, they also happen in the medical world.
More than 90% of all soybean, cotton, and corn acreage in the U.S. is used to grow genetically engineered crops. According to a Time magazine article written by David Johnson and Stephen O'Connor, Medicine Plus Gov states that the U.S. government requires the Food and Drug Administration to assess all genetically engineered foods before they can be sold. The creation of genetically modified organisms has also been resulted in advances in the medical field. In an article appropriately titled, "Surprise, GMOs aren't just in the foods you eat," Robert Fraley states that in 1982, the FDA approved the production and sale of human insulin, making it the first GMO medical product. Fraley also mentions that vaccines created using GMO methods are used to prevent diseases such as hepatitis A and B, tetanus, pertussis, and polio. There are many myths about GMOs that you may have heard, but not all are trustworthy facts. One of the more obscure myths about GMOs is that they can give you cancer. The following quote was found on GMOanswers.com under Myth and Facts. In the 20 plus years on the market, GMOs have not caused or contributed to a single illness or death. In the spring of 2016, the National Academics of Science, Engineering, and Medicine researched the issue of GMO safety and concluded again that GMOs are safe. The following information was found on ncbi.nlm.nih.gov. Avoiding GMOs will neither stop nor prevent carcinogenesis. Healthy eating from modern mass food production demands informed choice to realize the full benefits of nutrition and to eschew cofactors for cancer. Another leading myth is that GMO companies force farmers to grow their seeds or sue the farmers if GMO seeds or pollen blow onto other fields. The following piece of information was found on GMOanswers.com. Brian Scott, an Indiana farmer who grows corn and soybeans, among other crops, stated, I choose what seeds I plant every year. I'm not locked into buying seed from one company from one season to the next.
The following information was found in the same article previously mentioned with regard to a biotech company suing farmers for GMO replacing seeds or pollen flowing into their fields. This is simply not true. In this post, Greg Klonko, senior fellow at the Competitive Enterprise Institute, explains that urban legends also claim that biotech seed companies troll the country, suing farmers for patent infringement with their crops have been accidentally cross-pollinated by a neighbor's genetically engineered plants, but not a single known case of this has actually occurred. Today in our speech, we explained what a GMO is, how they're used, and answered a couple myths about them. Thank you.